I got into hockey through my mum. My mum had always played, and she got me into it on the side of the pitch while she was playing. I was about 4 at the time, and it just happened to be the partner of a woman that she was playing against who suggested I go down and try out hockey at Cannock. It all kind of spiraled from there, really. I went all the way through the junior age group there and was invited in to train by Dave Mayer with the first team when I was 14, and then to play at 15. I was just really fortunate the way it worked out timing-wise, that I could learn from the back end of Michael Johnson's career and play alongside players like Gareth Andrews and Dave Harris, who I looked up to massively, and tried to build my game around as much as I could. Leaving Cannock was, without a doubt, the hardest thing, the hardest decision I've ever had to make in hockey and forever will be. It was a decision that was centred massively around providing me with the opportunity to learn. I could train and play with the likes of Barry Middleton, Sam Ward, Nick Catlin, Ash Jackson, Dan Fox, Ian Lewis, George Finner, all from the get-go, and that was amazing, and that was the main reason behind moving to Holcombe and being able to hopefully challenge at the top end of the league. I was actually aware that the 100 was coming. I've had it in the back of my mind since Sam Ward achieved it at the club a couple of years ago, and I realised last season, about partway through, that I was going to be getting close towards the end of the year. I realised it when I scored the first goal against Exeter that I was on 99.
Bandurak twists and turns, and Bandurak, what a finish that is from Nick Bandurak.
And that was literally the last game of the season, so I didn't want to wait 6 months until I'd have a chance to score again. So I went and missed a stroke in the second half just to consolidate it a little bit. So I was very aware going into this season, and I didn't want it to become a thing, so I'm just thankful I could get off the mark in that first game and not have to worry about it too much. But it was something that unfortunately sat over me all the way through the summer and lockdown, and thankfully I could just put it to bed early and get on with the season.
And Redmond will clear, but only as far as Bandurak, who returns it with interest. Nick Bandurak.
If I had to pick a couple of goals I think that stood out, I think there's one at home against Hampstead for Cannock back in 2014. Which is a skill that I've been trying to learn over the past year or so, with being an upright backhand. And it was the first time really I got to give it a go in a game. I managed to pick the ball from up in the end. It just sat well, and it all seemed to kind of fall into place quite nicely. So that would definitely be one I think that stood out. And then for Holcombe, probably the last goal I scored of last season against Exeter, purely because it was a goal that I don't normally score. It's not something that I normally try or normally even think about, to be honest. So it was nice just to be able to score a different kind of goal and just try something new, and thankfully it worked out. My personal targets at the moment are just to enjoy my hockey. I'm in a position where the Premier League and domestic hockey is all I've got, and it's all I've had since 2015. So if I don't enjoy it, there's no point being involved. I mean, I train and do everything I do for 18 days of the year, effectively, where we do have matches, and I don't have anything outside of that. So if I'm enjoying it, then that's the main thing, and I'll just do whatever I can to help Holcombe get back to the position where I feel it should be. I think there's so much more to being a forward than scoring goals, but at the same time, if you are a forward, you should be scoring goals. And I think that is the most important thing. So my particular role within the team at the moment is to do that. And if I can, then I'm doing my job. So I'm going to keep doing that for as long as I can and at the highest level that I can. And I'll just see where that takes me over this season and beyond.